Okay, you think we are live? You're just gonna wait just a while, right? I think some people might come on very soon, so I'm just gonna wait a while, right, guys? If you can hear me, just help me type yes, right? Just help me type yes, and then I'll get started very quickly, right? I'll start at 7:30, right? Just to make sure that people have some time to come on board. Okay. Hi, yo, Rodrigo, what's up? Right. Hi, Judy. Hi, Daryl, what's up? Right. Loving a push-up challenge, bro. Making it harder, yeah? Making it a bit more challenging during this period. Hi, Terrence, what's up? Hope all is fine. Hope all is fine. All right, just gonna wait a while, right? How's everything, guys? How's everyone, guys? Right, how's your Monday been? How's your Monday been? Right, I hope you guys started the week strong. I hope you guys started the day, right? Started Monday with strategizing your week, right? Or really just pushing a week strong. So some usually I share, hey, Sunday you can usually use it to review your week and to see what you can do to improve moving forward. But hey, Monday mornings, right? You can use it as well, right? So I hope your Mondays have just started out right, started out strong, right? So let me know how your Mondays have been, and today. Right. Hi, Judy. What's up? Good evening. Yeah. And so tonight, right? Tonight, like I said, every Monday, right? I will try to go on live, right? I'll try to go on as convenient time as possible. But really, right? I just want to start some Monday sharings, right? Every Monday, right? Talk about Mastery Mondays, right? Some of my biggest learnings, some of my thoughts, some of my documentations as well. Because I think right now, I think a lot of you might have heard, right? I'm actually going back to a space where I haven't been in a long time, right? Which is the startup space, right? I'm starting from scratch, right? So I'm just like many of you, right? Or even a slower pace in many of you, because I'm going back to a space where actually a lot of people are not aware of me. They don't know me, right? I haven't really gained that much credibility and branding in the space. I'm actually starting from scratch, starting new. So I'll share with some of my exact steps, right? I've been doing, right? And what am I focusing on, right? At least for the rest of the month, right? The rest of the next couple of weeks. Right, I love Rodrigo. Amazing Monday. Terrence, woke up earlier to start my week better. That's great. Small win for you. Absolutely right. Right. Acknowledge yourself for the small wins. Acknowledge yourself. You remember, listen to what I shared last week. Right, I always talk about acknowledging yourself for every single thing that you do, right? If you are here, right, you're pushing yourself, you're educating yourself, right? You're always painting progress, and your nervous systems, right, accepts all these forms of self-acknowledgement, right? All these forms of encouragement for yourself extremely well. And we do it on a regular basis in between your breaks, whether you're meditating, groundfulness, right? Whether you're even bathing, right? Or during eat. Always remember to thank yourself, right? We are a lot of times you're always trying to thank everybody else, right? Be grateful for everything. But hey, sometimes you do need to take a step back to be grateful, right? And to acknowledge the small. It's a great job, Terrence. I love it. Okay, right. So just gonna start about 1 minute left. Right, I'm gonna share some of the quick things that I've learned. Yes, I love it, Judy, right? 1% improvement every day, right? If you just improve 1% every single day, you're 37 times better, right, than when you first started. So, yeah, that is great. All right, and I love that saying, which I learned from Mr. James Clear, right, author of the Atomic Habits, right, and this book right here. Oh, right here, right? So this book, right, he really got me to change some of my habits, some of my mindset, all right, when it comes to implementation, and I highly recommend it for anyone who has it. All right, guys, it's 7:30. So, guys, if you're ready for me to share, right, if you're ready for me to share some of the stuff on Mastery Mondays, right, let me type yes, let me type excited in the comments below, right, and I'll get started right away, right? Let me type excited, let me type you're ready, right? If you can share this post, right, text someone who will really benefit, right, from this, right, because it's a quick half an hour. I will share some of my quick insights. I want to save as much time to give as much quick, powerful insights for you guys, right? So let me share this post. Let me type ready. Let me type good, right? And I'll get started right away. Talking 1% faster. Yeah, bro. Right now, that's not fast enough, right? I can speak way faster. I can speak way faster if you have right. I spoke way faster than my speed right now. I'm trying to remind myself to slow down actually. Right, Rodrigo says excited, Judy says all the way, Daryl says excited. Okay, wonderful. Okay, right, so any one of you over here, right? So the first one, right, I'm gonna share with you a quick podcast that I learned, right? Is this guy called Jim Quick, right? Any of you know who is Jim Quick, right? If you know who is Jim Quick, help me type yes in the comments. Mr. Jim Quick himself, right? So he's the founder of the Super Brain program, right? He's a Mind Valley teacher, right? He's one of the biggest guys around when it comes to brain power, right? And he recently launched this book. Right, he recently launched this book. It's called Limitless, right? So, and he shares in his podcast, right? In one of the podcasts, I think Mind Valley broadcasted it, right? And this very quick, I think 2 or 3 minutes clip, right? He talked about the science, the art of motivation, right? At least according to him. Yes, with the broken brain. Maybe it's not broken lah. Maybe break then too fast, then move too fast, right? I love his podcast, wonderful, right? And so he shares. I think some of you might have heard it before, right? Maybe it's a reminder, right? Remember also a reminder to yourself that hey, common knowledge is not common practice, right? So to see how you can take exact steps from it. So motivation, right, comes on 3 things, right? It comes on 3 things, right? According to him, the whole art or model of motivation. And number 1, right, is your reasons, right? So that's the first and foundation factor, right, that comes to bring out motivation, right? The reasons, do you actually feel the reasons? Are you actually compelled to do the things, right? And what are the reasons that you actually have, right, for yourself? So there's reasons, okay? Number 2, right, energy, right? So yes, with a lot of me, we talk about time management, priority management, but one thing it talks about motivation is about energy management. How do you manage your energy? Something I've been talking about for a lot more, right? A lot more in this coming time, right? And last one is small actions. All right, interesting. It doesn't say big actions, right? He says small actions to really bring up, to increase your motivation levels, right? And I think that's very powerful, right? Because something I always share is that I always think that motivation is not important, right? I always say that environment is more important than willpower. It's more important than motivation. So you do not need to rely and really use stuff like accountability, right? Accountability, environment, right? Clarity of goals, right? And going deep into the why, right? So I usually just share about reasons and some other factors. But I love how you shared about it's not just about reasons, but I want to go bring about internal motivation, right? It's about how you manage your energy, right? And how you actually bring about small actions as well. So I'll share with some very quick actionable tips that you can use. So number 1, reasons, feel it, right? I think most of you already know what I talk about, right? Really remind yourself why and go deep into the why. Don't be afraid to go inner, right? To go within, to go dig deep, to find out actually why do you want a certain thing, right? It's because all the way back into the young, right? I think Tony Robbins has this very quick exercise and you can use this exercise for yourself as well, which I really want to share with you. So Tony Robbins always asks, right? He doesn't share about it in UPW. So please listen up, right? If you attended even if you attended UPW before, he always likes to ask people, right? To ask the reason why they do what they do, right? Whose love did you crave most as a child, right? Did you use to crave your father's love or your mother's love? Right, and what happened is when you go dig deep, right, you realize that usually it's either your father or your mother, right, in terms of the love that you crave the most, and that actually drives a lot of the actions that you do, right, and you realize that a lot of the reasons that push us, right, to what we want to do, right, is because of our family, right, and for myself, I think some of you might have known, right, it's through my loved ones, right, some of the experiences my family had when I was about 10 years ago, and something to do with Sharon, right, about 2 years back as well. So one thing is really go dig deep and to really write down, take some time to be yourself, to reflect, right, why exactly do I want to do? What do you want to achieve? Right, what kind of pain were you trying to avoid, and what exactly do you want to do? Right, a very quick one. Please go and Google it. I think some of you will have read the book called Buddha and the Badass. Right, it's what are the 3 most important questions. What experiences do you want? What kind of contribution do you want to make, and what kind of growth do you want to achieve as well? So really go dig deep, and whatever you do, right, you can take 1,000 exercises, but really take some time to yourself to go dig deep, to actually ask yourself why are you doing what you are doing, and what are the reasons why. Okay, so number 2. Right, in terms of energy, right? Remember I talked about time management, priority management, but now I think right now we need to focus a lot more, especially during this COVID period, right? Where it's very easy to get overworked, very easy to get in the zone, right? Something that I've been guilty of it myself, right? Is to manage your energy, right? So I'm going to repeat something I shared last week. Some of you might find it familiar, some of you might find not, right? Which is that, hey, a lot of us UPW, right? We can talk about piping ourselves out. We can talk about priming ourselves. We can talk about being motivated, driven, and go all out, give 100% all the day, right? But it's not sustainable, right? Unless we use this one concept called discharging. All right, that's something that Melvin some of you know him, taught me, and it's about discharging in between your breaks as well. All right, so what happens is in between your breaks, what do most people do on social media? I actually gave the answer. What do most people do? They check their phones, they go on social media. Yes, they go to the toilet, drink water, stuff like that. But ultimately, most people, right, when they take a break, they check their phone. And the problem with it is, yes, you're taking a break from your work, right? You're taking a rest from it, right? But the problem is, right, your brain is also still being stimulated, right? You're still stimulating your brain, right? Because of that, it doesn't really have a break. It doesn't really rest, right? And what happens is if your engine keeps running and running and running and running and running, right? Basically for the rest of the day, right? It feels like having a break, but you're not, and you're actually getting tired for the rest of the day. So instead of doing that, checking your phone the first thing, checking your emails, right? What we're gonna do is, once you finish your intense workout, right, your intense sales meeting, right, intense work, right, every 50 minutes, I suggest you do every 50 minutes or after a very intense session, is to really just, first thing, close your eyes, right, finish it, right, close your eyes, right, and take deep breaths, right? Some of you can go and Google this thing called box breathing, or Eric Amendez from WildFit, which is a program I attended, right, they do the 5x5 breathing exercise. So breathe in for 5 seconds, right, hold it for 5 seconds, and then breathe out for 5 seconds, and then wait for 5 seconds, right, and then do it 5 times, right, and do it two times a day at least, right? Do this 5 sets, right? So 5 sets, and really what happened is it really gives you a time to reset your brain, right? Deep breaths help, right? A lot of people know, if a lot of people suffer from insomnia, right? As long as you sleep, right, you do this breathing exercise, can really help you out. So do it in between all your breaks as well, right? So 5-5-5, right, or 4-4-4, right? It's up to you. And during that time, right, what you're going to do is really just self-acknowledge yourself for what you have done, right? The wins, right? Make your nervous system feel good, right? For all the things that you're doing, right? Acknowledging yourself, right? It's not about reviewing and reflecting on what I can improve, right? It's really just say, okay, I did my best for the past 15 minutes. I did this, right? This is great, right? A good job, right? Just give yourself a pat on the back of virtual, right? And right after you do it, to set your intention for the next task, right? To say, okay, the next task, what I'm going to do is this, right? And it's so important for me to do it, right? Because, right, I get to do this, right? And also ultimately it's also to feed my family, right? To feed my friends, right? So I can travel, right? I can do well, I can create impact, right? I can do well for the job, right? So right, deep breaths, right? Ground yourself, do mindfulness, right? Next, right, self-acknowledge yourself for what you have done, right? Give yourself a pat on the back, right? Tony Robbins also himself said that a lot of us, we are very hard on ourselves, right? We don't praise ourselves, but make that a consistent daily habit, right? And then next, right, ready to set your intention for the task you're gonna do. And when you do that, right, you feel very refreshed, right? You can last a lot more, and that's how you really manage your energy, right? So of course, maybe the next Monday or so, I'm going to talk some stuff about how I actually increase my energy levels on a macro level, right? Exercising, right? Eating right, stuff like that. But I'm not really an expert here, but I think that's one thing that a lot of people should know about, right? So guys, if you like that, if you like what I just shared about this whole part of discharge, can you just help me like the post, help me like this post so more people can share, and also help me just type yes in the comments, right? Just help me like the post, right? Get some likes, smash some likes, love buttons, right? If you can, and hey, help me just comment if you like that part, right? I think a lot more people should know about it, so feel free to go and share about this, right? Don't have to credit me, credit Melvin, right? Credit whoever you can, right? Just to share people, just to get more people to know about it, right? I hope you guys can really do that, because I want more people to be sustainable and they want to really manage this entire COVID period, work from home period well, so you can do it sustainably, right? For people to benefit. And so I think that really, people, guys, I don't think some of you might not know how important, right, this thing is. And it even happens even if you're working, if you're going to the office, right? After you finish your work, before you move on, right? Before you move home, before you go home, right? Do the exercise to yourself. Right, so when you move on to the bus, to the car, and whatever, right, you actually are refreshed, are grounded, right, for your next steps to come. Okay, right, so that's for energy, right? I hope there's some good value. And next one, like I said, small actions, right? Small actions. So one thing about small actions is don't think about the big actions. A lot of us get overwhelmed. A lot of us get when think about the big stuff that you want to do, right? But hey, focus back on the small actions you're gonna do, right? That move you forward, right? So instead of thinking about, oh, I'm gonna write an entire book, right? Well, writing one sentence, writing one chapter, right? Even if one chapter is too big, right, bring it down, right? Write one point, write one big point. So always think about small actions, because the more actions you do, right, the more actions you do, the better you do. So I think one challenge I had was also quite a while, right? It's actually called flossing the teeth. Right, so Jim Quick said, hey, if you had to floss your entire teeth, right, some people might find it a bit hard to do, hard to overcome that thing, right? So instead of flossing the entire teeth, floss the tooth one. Just think about flossing one tooth, right? And it feels very weird if you just floss one tooth, right? Okay, so that is there for your small actions, right? And guys, I want you to treat every single day, right? I want you to treat every single day as if you are being paid $86,000 a day, right? You're being paid. So remind yourself, it's as if you are being paid. Who who actually like being paid $86,000 a day, right? Just let me type in the comments, right? Being paid $86,000 a day, right, magically goes in your bank account every single day when you wake up, right? And so yeah, that in terms of money, right, that is not really the case, but every day we are blessed with 86,400 seconds a day, right? And it's really what we choose to do with it, right? And it's really what we choose to do with it, right? Some of us, we have clarity of the goals we want in life. Some of us, we know what we want to do. Some of us, we don't, right? But really remind yourself that every day, right, we have 86,000 seconds. We have 86,000 mini little choices, right, of what we want to do, right? And that will, whether is it on relationships, whether is it on business, our career, our side income, right? Or is it scrolling social media for useless stuff, right? Or is it wasting your time on video after video, doing things that don't really matter or don't really affect you, right? So guys, right, ask yourself, right, what are you doing with every single day, right? The 86,000 seconds, right, every single day, right? And the more, and remember, right, the better days you have, the better weeks you have. The better weeks you have, the better months you have. The better months you have, the better years you have. The better years you have, the better life you have. Okay, right? So guys, if you like that part, right, about this part, whole thing called motivation, right? Can you just tell me type yes, right? And then just tell me like the post, right? Just smash the heart button, right? I think that will really help me so much. Thank you very much in advance, right? And but with that, I'm going to share about my second thing, right? About me starting from scratch, right? So I think a lot of you know, right? A lot of you know that I'm starting from scratch in the entire my career, in fact, right? This is my fourth or fifth kind of big moves, right, when it comes to my career, right? And now I'm moving back into the startup space, trying to coach startups in the growth space, right? Consulting / coaching, right? And really, right, guys, I was in the startup space before, but it's as if I'm starting from scratch all over again, right? I'm reconnecting back to people. I'm reconnecting back with my friends, my ex-colleagues, my ex-partners, right? I'm trying to be a bit more active on LinkedIn, stuff like that, right? Tomorrow, by the way, tomorrow 7:30, I have a coaching session, right, with my friend, Mr. Mike, right, on LinkedIn. So there's a live coaching session that you guys can benefit from as well. So please check it out, right? But at the same time, I just want to share what I'm doing since I'm starting completely from scratch. And guys, this is not just a job, right? This is, right, me really starting out as new, right, with me as the entrepreneur, me as the boss, right, of myself, right? So I'm going to share with you exactly what I'm going to do, because what happens is a lot of people, they like to do things that are not effective at all. They like to do things that make them feel like they're having progress, but they're not actually having progress, right? Remember, guys, the feeling of having progress, right, is not having progress. Right, a lot of people like to take actions that make them feel good, right? But ultimately, it doesn't move the needle for them, right? So with me right now, it's a full-time role, it's a full-time job. I know I have to be as effective as I can. I have to make use of my 86,000 seconds I have per day, right? So I'll be very strategic in the things I do. So I'm going to share with you the kind of things that I'm doing, right? And especially starting out from today, right, where I've gotten a lot more clarity of what I do. So number one, right, what I was my focus on was being very clear of who I wanted to help. Right, because the thing is, you try to help everybody, helping nobody, right? Even some of the biggest influencers, biggest people in the time, right, of all time, right, they don't help everybody. If you know The Rock, right, The Rock recently he shared about how he's going to vote for Joe Biden, right? And right now, a lot of people, right, are not caring about him anymore, right? So guys, if you try to serve everybody, try to please everybody, right, you can't. Right, so firstly was to be very clear of who I actually wanted to help in the first place. And for me, right, is startups, right? Startups actually in the digital space, in the software space, right? Judy, absolutely, right? Busy also don't mean making progress, right? I love that, right? So anyway, right, so who I actually wanted to help, right, for me was founders who were in digital startups in the software space, whether B2B, B2C, right? Why I love startups, right? Why I love startups, digital startups, because I know that they are going to change the future, right? If you're not in my Telegram channel yet, right? Right, go and check out one of my recent YouTube videos I shared, right? That about someone sharing about the digital transformation, right? What's going to happen in the next couple of years, right, in terms of digital transformation. Go and check it out, right? Especially if you're an investor, right? Please go and check it out for yourself. All right. So that's the first one, right? Because I know that they're going to change the future and I really want to help them because all of them are stuck with old and traditional methods of growing. And a lot of them have the assumption that you need to raise funds and dilute your ownership, right? So if you know a bit about startup or businesses, you know that a lot of them have to give up their equity to get funding. But what I want to share is really to bring new innovative practices that I've gotten from my space over here in Buff Online School, right, in Team Rash, right, in my own learning, and bring them, right, into all this tech startup space to make sure that they have this new and innovative ways of growing, right, instead of sticking to old traditional methods that have their own inherent problems as well. Okay, so that's who I want to help, and what their problems are, right? They are facing issues with growing, facing issues with stuck. I'm trying to, what I'm trying to do right now is trying to research and to review a lot more, right? Review a lot more entrepreneurs, right? What are their challenges, what are their problems, what are their frustrations? Because the thing is, that is the foundation, right? The 85% of your success, right, comes from your 15% of effort, right? So I'm making sure my 15% effort is the foundation, the important one, right? One of the important things, I've got to go understand deep hand what are their biggest challenges and frustrations, okay? Right? After that, and then I can start trying to come up with a solution, right, based on their problems, based on their challenges, based on frustrations. I have a rough framework because I really kind of know what their problems and challenges are through my time. But, right, my solution is something that will constantly change and improve, and that's something that I'll be advising all these startups as well, right? Don't try to push out a solution that you think people want. Actually know what people want, and then you serve it to them. Do people really want more success stories that they see on Facebook every single day? So for example, a affiliate marketer, right? If you're just trying to show success story after success story after success story, do you really think that's what people want, right? What do actually people want? Exactly how do they get it? How do they get started, right? And this is things like that. Next, of course, you might have the proof. Even the best solution, right, might not get the most amount of people, which is why this word called proof is very important. So my focus, my priority, right, for this couple of weeks, couple of months, is to gain as much credibility as possible, is to get as much proof as possible. So whether it's getting from my existing clients, my people, the people I've trained, mentored, I've helped, or even through some of the companies I've been in terms of gaining credibility and proof, what I want to do, right, is to find as many startups who might be willing to accept or engage with me, right, for this period of time, a short period of time. I can charge cheap or I can charge free, and to gain as much proof as possible. Because right now the market space is so crowded, it's so noisy, right? So my focus is really on getting proof and really getting on credibility, right? And that once you get proof, once you get credibility, once you get success stories and you get to broadcast and highlight them, right, immediately, right, your growth, right, can be pretty exponential because people trust you, right? People really gain, and that's something that we want from the start, especially by starting from scratch. Credibility is very good. It's what I did last year when I was in the Master Implementers. I was interviewing people, I was trying to help as many people, and from there I got a lot of testimonials from the people around me as well. Okay, right, guys, if you like what I'm sharing so far, right, I think some of you might be in the marketing space, right, trying to build your own movement, trying to build your affiliate marketing stuff, right? Help me type yes if you like what I'm sharing, and help me like this post if you haven't done so, right? I know only 9 people like, right? So that's a bit sad, but with 47 people watching, so hey, if you like this post, right, just help me like it, right? That's a very small favor I'm asking. Okay, right, next, after proof, right, then what I do is I then want to find my traffic, I then want to find my profile, right? And then I'll do my Dream 100, optimize my profile, right? So I can optimize, I can get a lot of traffic from anywhere I want, but if I do have the proof, I don't really know who I'm serving, I don't really give a solution that people really like, right? What happened is all this will be for nothing. So only when I do the first couple of things, and then I start trying to find traffic, right? Optimize profile, I already share about why I want to do. So guys, share with you my screen very quickly, right? Actually, I still have a bit of time, right? I have about 11 more minutes, right? I promised about half an hour. So let me just share my screen. Okay, so I just want to show you, right, what I've been up to in some of the things I've been doing. Can you guys see my screen? You guys can see, yeah? Okay. All right, so okay, so I'm trying to optimize my profile right now, right? So immediately you see I'm trying to gain as much proof as possible from the start. All right. With my own framework, right? Obviously, saying your own framework improves a bit of credibility. And what exactly do you do, right? 7-digit founder and startup growth strategies, right? Number one partner Asia, right? KBB, I think some of you know, right? So immediately about, right? I'm still going to test out. I'm still not so sure, but I'm trying to model some of the successful people that I've been watching out for, right? So I'm sharing it immediately was a big problem, right? I'm still trying to optimize, right? So I'm sharing what's the problem that people are facing. Right? Seeing traditional methods to grow in a noisy and crowded space, and even they do grow, right? They take a lot of energy and time and effort, because I'm going to talk about founder and energy management, right? Or raising financing rounds, right? A lot of startups, they think that they must raise funds if they want to grow, which is not the truth at all, not the truth, right? And then I immediately try to give a bit of credibility, right? Grow, right? And then a bit of my past experience, blah, 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 right? And then I go back to the problems, okay? Right, and right now, right, I'm more than happy to consult startups for free, right? Because I'm trying to get a lot of credibility, a lot of proof in this space, right? So, yep, just sharing very quickly what I've been up to, and this took quite a while to just write this a bit longer, and at the same time, I'm trying to write a bit more posts, but I know it's not effective right now. But I just want to get into the habit. Remember, small actions, right? Small action, small habit, right? So 7 likes is ridiculous, right? For LinkedIn, it's pretty ridiculous, right? But hey, for this post, maybe 50, hey, it's pretty decent, but I have a lot more to improve, right? And that's what I'll do. So I'm just documenting my journey for all of you guys here. And next, what happened is, basically, I need to start doing this thing called Dream 100 to find out who are the people that I know that I want to help, I want to serve in the space. But at the same time, right, I get to interview them, right? I get to tap on their expertise, their networks, right? Their traffic, right? But that is not my big priority right now. My huge priority is the first part, finding startups, helping them as much as I can, getting proof, right? And actually who I want to help. Okay, so guys, I hope that's useful for you, right? I'm really sharing about what I am doing starting from scratch, right? I've shared a quick framework. I've really come up with a draft framework I want to do, right? But really, there's a lot more things that I need to work on in the next couple of days, in the next couple of weeks, right? To make sure that I really push myself and bring and explode myself, right? My own coaching business in the space. Okay, right? I have a couple of minutes, and I just want to end off with this one quick one called reading, right? So initially, for a while, right, I was kind of against reading, right? Not say against, but I was trying to focus my time more on like watching programs, attending classes, implementing, instead of reading books, right? I think recently, I read this book called Indistractable, right? But usually I haven't read a book for quite a while, right? For me, right? But what happened, I think right now I'm trying to enter a new startup space. I'm trying to really re-educate and just find out more deep into the potential customer space, right? What exactly are they doing, right? What solutions are they providing? Which is why I think, I'm going back to reading books again, right? To really it's a quick, effective way for me to find out what are the current solutions out there, right? And to draw in as much information as I can for myself, so I can create and publish content based on whatever I learn, right? So right now I'm going back to reading again, right? Fortunately, I've done a bit of speed reading, right? I know how to extract some quick information. I don't read so slowly, but I think I just want to just share openly that, hey, I think reading is a bit underrated. At least for me, I underestimated the power of reading, because I think I've been in a space where I was very comfortable. I've read maybe the best, most foundational books when it comes to habits, implementing, marketing, right, business growth. But right now, I'm going back to a space where I'm unaware about, and I'm kind of reminded, right, of how much books have developed me, right? In whatever I've been doing for the past couple of years. So I'm doing a bit of more reading, more into the startup space, right? So don't count reading out, right? So that's just a very quick perspective. All right, guys, before and any quick questions, any quick things that I can help you guys with. I hope you guys are Monday is great, right? But I just want to check any quick things that I might be able to help you off with, any Q&A, any questions, right? Some of the things I've shared, or your own personal challenges, right? I'll be more than happy to help them, right? In what I so that's one. If you have any questions, feel free to put it there. And yeah, my next few days should be really focused on really like the pushing myself in the coaching space, startup space, reconnecting some of my friends, my allies, right, in the whole startup, trying to add value. But one thing in my mind is also like, how can I add value to all these partners, Dream 100 people, right? Because who am I to support? So that's something that's in my mind as well, right? Any questions? I guess there isn't many questions as well, so that's great. Just gonna wait a while, right, before I do it, before I end of this session. So guys, if you receive some value, right, if you learn some stuff, right, if you like this edition of Mastery Mondays, right, if you want me to continue, can you just help me type one sentence, right, maybe just one sentence or one word, right, about how you felt about this entire sharing? Yeah. Oh, and guys, right, so I bought a lot of books, right, because I really like the book, right? I already read Atomic Habits years ago, but I bought the book because I really liked it. I know it can be a reference book, but usually I buy Kindle. Most Kindle is a lot more environmentally friendly, right? You can use it more digitally, it's much faster, much quicker. So anyway, get a Kindle if you haven't, right? I think that saves so much time, so much effort as well. Yeah. Okay, guys, if you enjoyed the sharing, can you just help me type yes in the chat, right? I think that would really help. And yeah, I want to do this more. I want to do this a lot more powerfully and very quickly, right? Very quickly, just a very quick shout out, right? I am going to, I'm launching a 2-day class, right? Some of you might know, some of you might not, right? I am launching a 2-day master class, right, on Master Implementer, and that will be what I call my core curriculum, my core program, right? My core stuff of what I'm going to do, right? Moving forward, right? Yes, I'm doing startups, but master method is something that I'm going to continue doing. It is my passion. I want to really support and help people, and I want it to be something I do consistently, right? So if you are interested in signing up for the 2-day masterclass, it's a very affordable investment. It's $297, right? It's 1-for-1, right? It's 1-for-1. Bring your partner, bring your business, bring your spouse, right? Bring your family, bring your loved one, right? It's 1-for-1, $297. And for any reason, if you don't like the program at all, right, you get 100% money back guarantee. And besides the 2-day class, right, it's actionable steps where you design your own personal blueprint, right, your action-taking blueprint to achieve the goals you want. But there'll be a very big bonus 4 weeks accountability and implementation program after that as well. Right, so guys, it's something that is very undervalued and something that will help you not just in terms of your programs or courses, in terms of money investment, but your entire life as well. We're going to design action blueprint, how we're going to schedule, right? How you can make sure that you prioritize the stuff, right, that really matters to you in your life. How you gain a lot more clarity, right? How can you actually maximize your value of any program you learn, right? How can you take effective, consistent, and massive action. Okay, so guys, I think some of you are signing up. Some of you have already signed up. If you have already signed up, can you just help me type me? Help me type me if you already signed up for the program. Rodrigo, right? You just signed up. You message me, so that's great. So guys, if you're interested, drop me a DM, right? Drop me a DM and share with you a bit more information. It's $297, right? It's 1-for-1, right? So it's extremely undervalued. It's something that's going to be so powerful, right? And I feel that I'm probably going to increase the investment very coming soon. And it's going to enhance your overall experience for whatever program you're attending, right? You might not think you need it now, right? But hey, people do need it because people are overwhelmed, people are overloaded, right? And guys, that is just getting started. The age of information overload and overwhelm, right, is just getting started, right? The humans cannot catch, right, the exponentially increasing information is out there in the net, right? And there's an increasing gap between the amount of information in the world and the amount of information our brains can handle, right? So if you don't know how to take effective action, don't know how to filter out all this, don't know how to gain clarity of what you want, right? It's going to be a big challenge, right? And it's a huge life skill, right, for the next 50 years of our lives, next 100 years of our lives. Okay, sign up, Rodrigo, Phyllis, sign up. Yes, Phyllis, I know you sign up. That's great, right? Terrence, yeah, looking forward. Okay, so with that, I'm just going to wait about 2 more minutes in case you have any questions. But yeah, right. It's pretty quick and simple, right? I think that's good. I think every Monday, I think I'll enjoy these sessions, right? I go quick, I go fast, right? I don't want to waste a lot of your time. I don't want to go for 1-2 hour webinars sharing all the stories about myself, everything. You can check it out on my page if you are. But it's really beneficial, right, for a lot of you guys. Okay, right. So guys, like I said, let me know if you have any more questions. I'll be more than happy to answer. And next week, and this coming week, right, we're going to whack it together and excited. Okay, so 1 more minute to 8 p.m. Well, last one. How's the markets anyway? Haven't looked at the markets yet. I think Tesla went up tonight, so that's good, I guess, for some of you. All right. Check out my channel, guys, if you haven't, right? I think I've shared some stuff. Oh, it went up 5%. Pretty good, right? Okay, I think the market's probably going to be up tonight, so that's pretty decent and good as well. Shouldn't be too worried. Right, but yeah, remember, guys, if you quick reminder, if you ever catch anyone adopting a gambler's mindset, right, they're just trading without any conviction, please tell them off, right? Whether is it your stranger or your friend, please let them know, right? I think recently market drop, which wasn't a very big drop, honestly, right? People are getting panicking. I heard people are shaking and shivering. So please, guys, if you know anyone that's struggling when it comes to investment, they're taking like unnecessary actions, they are being like no conviction in their trades, right? Please tell them, right? I'm reading some of the comments and chats, right? People are being victim blaming. Very sad. All right, yeah, it's very green tonight. Okay, right. Yeah. So I think that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this session. Right. I look forward to seeing you guys Monday every Monday evening. So please check out my channel. And yeah, with that, I'm good, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye, everyone.